This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the all-electric Prologue SUV, there's a lot that could impress you about it. There's the generous passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for this day.
So, you just started using LinkedIn Premium. Now what? Well, on your premium company page, you noticed around 7.5 times more page engagement and 5 times more page views. Well done. And now, new clients are messaging you. All because you're using LinkedIn Premium, which helps you get the business growth you want. Think big, small business. Think big. Start your free trial at linkedin.com/premium small business. That's linkedin.com/premium small business.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. I'm so happy you decided to join us today. Before we jump into the podcast, I'd like to give a big shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the number one shooting machine on the market. We own 3 of them, and I can tell you personally, even before they became sponsors, their customer service is second to none. Every time I've had any issues with any of my machines, going back to the way old ones, they've always taken really good care of me. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com. Oh, and mention us, and they'll give you $450 off. Mention Coach Collins or Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. We always tell our players that they should be working on their craft. I challenge you to work on your craft. Come over, join a community of like-minded coaches who want to make this game better. It's the reason I started Teach Hoops, is to help pay the bills for all these podcasts, but even more importantly, to give back to this great game that has given me so much. And to set up a roadmap for you to be successful, not only on the court, but off the court. And we offer a 14-day free trial. So come over and kick the tires around, see if you like it. And let's head off the podcast. Hey, how are you doing?
Good, man. I look rough. I had to shave my beard and all my stuff.
All right.
I got a bunch of stuff.
I got lighting in here because I got to do podcasts and stuff. So no worries.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of all your stuff. And I'll jump right into it just so I'm not wasting your time here. But so college football player turned basketball coach by necessity.
Okay.
My daughter is a junior at Purchase Line. She was 4th in the state shooting threes in regular season.
That's really good.
Yeah. We didn't get a Pennsylvania.
Okay.
We didn't get a big run in playoffs. We had one game, got pounded by a Catholic school, and, season was over. But right now we're in her junior season of AAU. And
so gonna be a senior?
Yeah, so currently junior, playing AAU for one last year, gonna be a senior.
Okay. Big summer.
Yeah, big summer. And
summer.
She was hurt most of last year. SI injury, played through it, physical therapy, the whole thing. So not even be about her, but just the importance of kind of where we're at in the timeline. She was, so I'm the AAU coach now. Oh, you're a high school assistant coach. You've got to be the AAU coach around here, right? Yeah, okay. So just, and we've had pretty good local teams. We're a B team. We're not an elite travel top 40, nothing like that, but a good local team.
Okay.
And it's just been my desire of coaching and leading people and stuff that I'm like, I'll figure this out. So like everyone else, I've been stealing people's stuff, shamelessly.
The best coaches are thieves, man.
I've been stealing off you since I found your podcast. And I thought, well, I'm going to sign up for his coaching stuff. I bought the 2-2-1. We typically run a 1-2-1-1, a more up-tempo trap.
Okay.
And then we did man last year and a 3-2 that we kind of would make it look like a 2-3 backside guard drop, this kind of thing.
Yeah, every zone below the free throw line looks like a 2-3. Every zone, even a 1-3-1. When you get it below the free throw line, it basically moves to a 2-3. Yeah.
Okay, good. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So So here's what I'm coming to you with, just to give you some background. Um, Defensively last year we did pretty poorly as a high school, and it was probably our AAU. That's probably the one area we could probably do better on. And I keep seeing
What
the
do they
funnel
run?
down.
What do they run?
Well, AAU we run predominantly man.
Okay, good.
Um, sometimes situationally we'll move in and out of some things. But then in high
And
school,
what kind of man?
we just get the pack line, like get on the
You
help
pack,
side.
you pack,
Yeah,
you pack. So you run them
yeah,
off the three and you don't let them get into the paint. You pack.
that's it.
Okay.
We
Okay.
kind of spill everything to the baseline.
Okay. So
Um,
baseline, no middle.
yep.
Baseline. Yep. I like that.
And
Okay.
so I'm looking at like your 2-2-1 to tempo kind of thing into this funnel down. I don't understand the funnel down enough,
Okay.
but I guess what I'm coming to you and asking is like, we've got average athletes at high school and at AAU. My daughter's the only sniper. Like she's actually the point guard too, but she's not super fast.
Okay.
So offensively, I guess I'm not even really concerned about offensively right now because I think our most improvement, the most bang for the buck right now is defense.
I would agree. So, I would, so you want to run man, you want to trap, you want to like, so you're going to be less athletic than the other teams that you play is what
I
you're
would
telling me.
say I would say 60% of the time we're going to be less athletic. There's a couple teams that we'll beat up on and we'll be probably a little more athletic, but for the most part, the best teams will be better than us. We'll have more athletes.
And have better at most positions.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Because we're young also.
So yeah. So part of the issue is you have to try to take them out of it's a chess match a little bit. That's the great thing about sports, especially basketball. So the better teams, at least it's been a while since I've coached summer AU. The better teams are going to press you.
Yes.
And they're going to try to pick up the pace to no end.
Yes.
And they're going to pressure you and they're going to double you and they're going to try to cause chaos
100%.
because they think they're better than you and
Yep.
they just want to get going.
Yep.
So the counter to that is you have to out execute them both offensively, which means you need to work on getting doubled, not over dribbling, passing out of doubles, cutting through the pressure rather than dribbling through the pressure. Because it doesn't matter defensively what you run if you're turning it over and they're scoring on the other end.
100%.
So the half court part doesn't really, I mean, it does matter, but my guess is half the teams are trying to turn you over and score in transition. That's what I've seen in the past. So I would spend a lot of time on press breaks. I would spend a lot of time on.
Is there one you like?
Yes, I like sideline. There's a good course that I did on a clinic maybe 10 years ago on Teach Hoops. I like sideline. One's called sideline. One's called Badger. Those are the two I'd probably run. If your daughter is the point guard and the best one, she would be throwing it in actually on sideline, because then she would be coming in and getting it.
Are these on the website?
They are.
Okay.
There's a video. I don't know if I've drawn them up. I can send you, if I remember after this, I can send you I think I have a press breaks because I use these with my team. So the key to a good press break, however, if those don't necessarily get you the looks, is when you get doubled is angles, right? You got to cut diagonal cuts are the key to a press break. So here, let me show you on my screen here. I'm on coming out of break here. So where's my whiteboard? Oh, share screen. That's what I want. Whiteboard. Okay. So I apologize for the drawing.
That's all right.
But okay. So you're getting pressed. Okay. And, I could show you sideline real quick, but here's how this is the easiest press break in the history of mankind. It always works. So I call it sideline because this guy's going to screen here, cut here, and these aren't exactly in the right spots.
Right.
And then so cut there, and then they're going to both cut to the ball side sideline. This person's going to come up to more in that area, get the ball here, and there's your daughter throwing it in, and she's going to go and then this guy's going to cut into the middle. So I call it
It's like
sideline. I call it sideline because we're cutting. Those two guys are cutting to the side, and then the diagonal cut is always open, and she'll get the ball every time. But anyway, the key to this, and let me erase this. And I have like I said, I have a video that kind of shows that better than I just drew it. But if you're getting trapped, so what happens is somebody catches the ball here and they get trapped.
right.
You want diagonal cuts. So, if you set up in like a 1-4 set with 4 people across, you want people cutting this way across the middle of the court because the defender does not want to get beat deep. These diagonal cuts are always open.
We run something similar. We call it 14. It's just number one comes down to the ball, turns, faces, and then the inbounder is a ball reversal.
And I always say there's when you get trapped, you have to have 3 spots. There's always 3 spots that have to be filled because no one traps in the middle of the court because there's too many spots, right? They always trap here on this or here. Well, if you're getting trapped, you got to have 3 angles because when we're trapping you, we're trying to take those 3 away, which are really hard because there's already 2 people on the ball.
Right.
Always work on getting them into those 3 angles. But going back to your original question, I would work a lot on those things to make sure that you can come down and run your offense. Once you get good at the press break defensively, I think you have to change things up a little bit. Play a little bit of a 2-3 matchup, play a little bit of a 1-3-1, play a little bit of a 2, just a regular, not a lot of possessions, but you want to change rhythm from better teams. Better teams do better when they get in their rhythm. They turn you over, they hit a 3, boom. I mean, just watch the girls' game right now. It's crazy, more entertaining than the boys' game.
I agree.
Oh, it's so much better. I'm so excited about tomorrow. I'm more excited about tomorrow's LSU and NC State game in Iowa than I am the guys because it's better basketball. It's better basketball. But anyway, if you watch it, you could see LSU when LSU played Iowa. Iowa got in a little rhythm at the beginning. They had to call a timeout. They had to change the rhythm. Then LSU made the little run, right? And then it was 2026. You got to try to change rhythm, and you can change rhythm on defense.
Maybe I feel like coaches die that way. They don't ever want to change what they do. They'll call a timeout. That's the only attempt.
That's the only attempt. So I was telling the previous coach I was just talking to, we have a rule in my program that if you score on us 3 straight times, we change.
Ooh, I like it.
And you know why? Because your instincts are wrong sometimes. I'll tell you a story this year. I turned to one of my assistants and I go, we got to get out of this. I think we were running a 1-3-1. We were doing something against a team. And I go, we got to get out of this. This is horrible. And he turns to me, he goes, Steve, they haven't scored the last 7 times. I go, what? He goes, no, it's not. And then the reason was we turned the ball over. The reason was we took a quick shot. The reason was we didn't run. Yeah. It wasn't the defense, but my gut, and I've coached 700 high school basketball games, my gut was saying, that's bad. I got to get out. It's not working. And he goes, that's not the problem because he tracks it all for me. He goes, that's not the problem. I still took a timeout and I said, hey, we can't turn the ball over. We got to do these. Right. But it wasn't a defensive issue. So that's what it's such basketball, it's like a rock concert. There's a rhythm to it. And if once you get in that rhythm, I as a former high school and collegiate player, when I felt that, I was going to torch.
That's how my daughter shoots well. She'll shoot 5 threes in a row.
Boom, boom. You can see it from Caitlin Clark. She's on. I personally would lay her out. I don't do that, but I would.
I agree. I would run her into screens on the other end of the court the whole night.
Yes, I would do something to just get her out of her rhythm because she's an average defender at best. But she's saving
ball reversal most games.
What?
He's on their ball reversal most games. You know what I mean?
She's just sitting over there waiting, resting. It's like, what's fine. She's good. She's the GOAT, man, right now. No one can question it. But that's what I think. So defensively, I agree. Teach the man principles, teach pack line, teach help line, push and baseline. That's why in the funnel, I trap on that baseline because I think it's a good thing. Girls game, I do like kind of try to keep them on the left side as much as possible. The boys game, it's a little bit hard to do that. That's why we once they get on the right side, we keep them on the right side, or we keep them on the left side as much as we can.
Do you think because that's a defense, the funnel down, like that's at least where we play. We play in a very good section of basketball. Other than the Whitfield and Pittsburgh and like the suburbs of Philly.
Yeah.
District 6 is where we're at. We put a couple kids out to D1, D2 every year. But I've never seen this funnel down. Like, and I'm thinking, is that something that I could really learn in AAU that help my, our head coach put that in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I can help him too. He'd have him. We'll get on a call if he wants to do it. We can get on a call this summer. And I can.
Well, he's actually talented. He's cool. He was a quarterback. We both played D2 football. He was the quarterback my senior year. He was a sophomore. He came in after our guy got hurt.
Are your girls quick enough to maybe stop that reversal?
We have a player that we could task to do that, but I don't know that every girl is. We have a player and a half that could do that.
Yeah, and then you could have a goal. I think we can make it work. I do. Okay. I think if he's interested, we can get it. Tell him we'll get on a call.
Hey everybody, I hope you're enjoying this. Make sure if you want to hear more, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you want to hear other podcasts, go over and check out High School Hoops and Teacher Side Gig by Coach Collins. And subscribe, like, review all of them. 5-star reviews would be nice. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.